What's going on, Chi Alpha? Good to see you guys. I'm glad that you guys are tuning into this video. I promise not to take too much of your time. I know you guys are all studying for finals right now, which is crazy to think about that we're already at the end of the semester. But I'm very proud of you guys for making it this far. This semester has been not what we thought it was going to be. I think is the best way that we can put it. In the beginning of the school year wasn't ideal for any of us. But you guys have made it this far, and I'm so proud of the hard work that you guys have done. Whether you have been solely online or kind of a hybrid, or you've been all in person, no matter what your school situation has looked like this semester, it still hasn't been the ideal or perfect school semester for any of us. So I'm glad that you guys have made it this far. Your guys' hard work has definitely paid off up until this point, so I'm proud of you guys for doing that. What I want to do tonight is kind of do a little bit of a year in review. I was sitting down looking at our schedule for the next couple of weeks, and especially for Chi Alpha, things are getting we're going to be gone for a couple weeks. This coming Sunday, we're going to have our last Zoom Bible study on Sunday morning. So I hope that you guys will join us for that. But then all of a sudden we're into the holidays. So next Wednesday, we're not doing anything on Zoom for the holidays because it's the Wednesday before Christmas. On Sunday, the 27th, we actually will not be doing a Zoom Bible study that day because I'm actually preaching in church that day. So you guys can pray for me for that. I'm really excited for the opportunity to come and share the word to our church. So please be praying for me. And I hope that you guys will tune into our online services, or we'll be here in person. Because I would love just to be able to feel your support. You guys are my people, and I need you guys to be there to help rally me on. So, I hope that you'll pray for me leading up to that. But because I'm preaching, we won't be doing any kind of Bible study that day. And then also the Wednesday before New Year's, we typically don't do anything on that Wednesday night. So enjoy the night off, enjoy time with your families, and just rest and enjoy the holidays. We'll be posting some stuff on social media that you guys can check out, but it won't be anything too extensive, not even like what I'm doing today. It'll just be quick little stuff for you guys to check out. So just make sure you're looking for that stuff. But normally what I like to do on our last Wednesday night of the year, obviously we normally have our Christmas party, and I'm really sad that we can't do that this year. But I also kind of like to take normally 5 minutes during our Christmas party and almost kind of do a year in review kind of situation. It's really fun to look back at, different events that we've done throughout the year and just kind of see where we have lined up and how the year has gone. So your parents are going to kind of see my thoughts on a year in review in our Forerunner article that comes out at the end of the year, our last one for 2020. So your parents will see that then. But I hope that you'll encourage your family to watch this video because we're going to kind of do the same thing together. And I just want to share some thoughts that I've had as we've wrapped up this year. And it's also going to kind of give you guys a sneak preview of my sermon that's going to be on the 27th. So, if you catch a little bit, I don't want to spoil it too much for you guys, as I hope you'll still come and pay attention to that, obviously. But this is something that's been really pressing on my heart over the last couple days, especially as I've been preparing for this. But 2020 in general has not been the most ideal year, I think, for any of us. There's been a lot of things just in our world that have kind of clouded a lot of the good things that we've done. Obviously, we're in the middle of a pandemic right now. COVID-19 came into our world back in March, and we have been suffering through this for the majority of this year, almost all of this year. We've had to cancel graduations, and schools have been shut down, and we can't have birthdays or celebrate holidays, or stores are closed, and there's no weddings and parties and all of these life monuments. Big things that we look forward to throughout the year have all practically been canceled or have had to look severely different because of what we've been doing and trying to stay safe, which is our number one priority here. And so that's been a real challenge. We haven't been able to do a lot of the typical things that we do even in church or in youth group. We didn't get to go on our mission trip this year because of travel protocols, and we weren't able to do a lot of our fun summer activities. And there was just so much that I feel like we missed out on this year because of COVID-19. And that's obviously this shroud that has just been, a part of this year. But not only that, this year has been clouded by so many other negative things in our world. We have had to witness the unjust murders of Black men and women in our country. And our country has taken a hit because of that. And people like Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor and George Floyd, those names are names that we will never forget because of what they mean to this year. And we have seen so much civil injustice and racial injustice this year. And where do we go forward from here? There's so many questions that surround everything. We've tried to unite around our Black brothers and sisters and people of color. But there's still a lot of questions surrounding all of this. And frankly, I sit here before you as a white man, and I don't necessarily have all the answers myself. I've had to take time to relook at myself and my life and how I live my life, and how does that reflect my community, and how can I better minister to people that don't look like me? And we as a people have to do the same thing. Also on top of that, 2020 was an election year. And this was probably one of the most monumental elections that we've had, and one of the most controversial elections that we've had. And right now, our country is more divided than it ever has been. There are people, as we said on the back end of the election, and we know the results, there are people today that are exuberant and can't wait for the next amount of years as this new leadership comes into office. But there are people that are angry and scared, and they don't really know where to turn. And they have a lot of questions, and people are being loud on both sides and are saying a lot of hurtful things, and our country is divided more than it ever has been. And so that's been 2020, at least the monumental negative aspects, what we hear about when we turn the TV on the media and on the news. And that's all we talk about now. But as I wrap up 2020, I want to think about some good things that have happened. Because I think even in the midst of all of this chaos and unrest and uncertainty, God has really moved still this year. Let's kind of rewind back to January. Let's think about this. In January, we kicked off our year. The first event that we did, the first event that you as a youth group got to be a part of, was our Big Chill event. We had 60 plus students here in the first couple weeks of our year in 2020. And we had so much fun, right? I know it seemed like it was almost a lifetime away. But we had so much fun at this event, and I loved it. We got to play demolition ball and laser tag, and we got to play underground church, and there was dodgeball and all the caffeine and sugar snacks that you could ever enjoy. We stayed up all night long. But the best part about that whole event, for me, maybe not for you, but for me, was being up on stage as we had our concert that night and seeing 60 plus students worship at 2:00 in the morning and bring in our new year worshiping Jesus Christ. And I sat there behind that drum set with some of my best friends who were so excited to lead worship with you guys. And I got to see each and every one of you partake in that ministry. And that's how you started your year. Well, and then we flash forward a little bit and we get to March, and we had our D Now weekend. And we talked about prodigal as our theme. And we looked at the story of the prodigal son in Luke. And to me, I think this was one of our best D-Nows that we've ever had. We got to partner with two brand new churches. We partnered with Hazelwood Baptist Church and with Chesterfield Community Church. And because of that, because we brought in some extra people, this was our most well-attended D-Now that we've had to date. We packed out our sanctuary every day and for all of our sessions. And it was so cool to see that kind of unity that you guys were able to bring together with people that you don't know, but you were there for the same purpose. And our band did a great job of leading worship for us once again, and you guys just had a great time getting to celebrate with them. But Leon Douglas came in and he brought the word, and he taught us this story that we know so well, the story of the prodigal son. We've known since we were kids, and we are raised on it in the church, but he took it and he spun it in a new direction. And we got to look at every character in this story and see their importance in this story, but ultimately we got to learn how to come home. And because of you guys and having the willingness to want to have this event every year, 2 students accepted Christ at our D Now this year. And what an amazing, amazing thing to celebrate. There is no better celebration than knowing that now 2 people are going to be celebrating in eternity with Jesus forever because we had this event. And then obviously, yes, I know things shut down and we had to kind of do some things differently this year. We didn't get to go on mission trips. We didn't get to do all of our fun things that we normally do, but we started something new this summer. This summer, since we didn't get to go on a mission trip, we introduced this new thing called Mission Mondays. And every other Monday, you guys came and you sacrificed your time and you went into our community and you got to serve people in our church, that we're so grateful, some of our senior adults that were so happy that you guys came and did yard work for them or did any kind of miscellaneous projects. And I got so many phone calls from people that were just so thankful that our students were willing to give up their summer to come and work. But we also got to touch people that aren't connected to our church. We got to go work at Miss Marilyn's house down the street during our Impact Week. We started down there and we painted her entire house. And we replaced some boards, and because of that, we made a new connection, our church did, and you guys were a part of that. And she got to see you guys work as the hands and feet of Jesus every day that you were there. And you guys did amazing at that. And now, every time that you drive down Fifi Road and you see the yellow house, you guys get to take some ownership because of that. But that obviously wasn't the only work that we did this year. Obviously, if you haven't been upstairs in the rafters since March, it looks a lot different now. We got some fresh paint. We completely reshifted the room. We have new games and we have just a new layout for how we're going to do ministry up there. This space is created by you guys. You guys came up and you devoted your time to want to be a part of the change that's happening on the 3rd floor. You guys took ownership of your ministry. You know, myself and Sarah and our leaders, we don't do ministry for you guys. We do ministry to support you guys as you go out and do ministry. So we are just walking alongside you guys as you guys become the hands and feet of Jesus. And so to see you guys up there, whether you were holding a paintbrush or you were tearing apart a stage or you were, nailing some boards together, whatever you guys did, it made an impact up there. And now you guys have this fresh, new, and exciting space that we can invite people to that don't go to church and aren't as interested in going to church, but now they have this thing that they can look forward to. And if we can just get them in the doors, then Jesus is going to do the rest, and he's going to be able to use his word to speak to them. And you guys did that. And so I look at some of the things that we've done this year. And obviously 2020 has not been ideal. In fact, I think for many of us, 2020 has been pretty awful. However, I think we have a lot of hope moving forward. Because if we can sit back and we can see how God has moved and he has been faithful to us through this year and through this storm that we go to, I can't wait to see what he's going to do next year. And guys, no matter what hardships you're going through and no matter, what difficulties you may be having or questions you may have about the future, I hope that you'll be able to look back at 2020, no matter how far away removed we are from this year. And I hope you'll be able to say, this was the worst year, but I still saw God move. And because of that, I was able to go and do X, Y, and Z. And so guys, spoiler alert for when you guys come back, Sarah and I just painted our new mission statement on our walls upstairs. Real community, real purpose, real God. And I'm so excited for you guys to figure out what that means. I think you guys probably have a good idea because we've spoiled it a little bit, but as we enter into 2021, we're going to really dive deep into what this mission statement means. And we're going to get to really see that and get to ultimately bond together closer through this mission statement. But none of this would have happened had it been for your willingness to want to come and be devoted to this group. And you guys did that. I hope you guys know that. So as we get ready to wrap up 2020, I hope that you'll be able to focus on some of the positive things that have happened. Obviously, these are just some of the things we did here at church this year. And I hope that there were some good things that happened in your own personal lives. I got married, which was super awesome. So how can 2020 be that bad? So let's wrap up this year looking forward. 2021 has new possibilities and there's hope. And so I pray that as we move forward, that you guys will be able to look to God and you'll just pray that and ask him how he's going to use you moving forward. Because he's already used you this year, whether you can see that or not. He's used you through this storm. And so I pray that you'll be anxiously awaiting to see what he'll do through you next year. And I pray that whenever we can come back in person and we can meet safely in our own building, that we can just celebrate all the good things that God has done. We have so many exciting things in store for you guys. I hope that you'll, if you've made it to the end of this video, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a spoiler alert. Santa Claus is coming, right? So tomorrow, on Thursday, make sure you check your doorsteps because Santa's going to come visit some of you guys. Well, all of you guys, because you all have been good this year. So make sure you check that out. And inside your present that Santa's going to deliver to you guys, we're going to give you guys a spoiler for the first big thing that we're doing in 2021. It's going to look different. I hope that you guys will just trust us in our planning, but we have some really exciting news coming for you guys next year. So as we get ready to wrap up this year, look forward to that. So if you've made it to the end of this video, that's my little nugget I'm going to give you guys of knowledge, okay? So look for that, and we're going to get it tomorrow, all right? I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I'll see you guys later, and be good, all right? Finish this semester strong, and I can't wait to see you back upstairs in the rafters next year. Be good, guys.